The peace of Christ is the result of reconciliation. It is the consequence of developing an informed and right consciousness. It is the end product of rightness in the heart. God's great peace is always linked to right conduct. Peace can only come when we abide by the commandments of loving God and our neighbor, somewhat described in today's first reading. You know, it seems that we live in an age of anxiety, and we have become specialists in fear because we want the fruits of peace without dealing with the roots. We want the gifts of God without any dealings with God, without any real relationship with God. Most of all, on this Feast of the Holy Trinity, we learn that abundant living is always deeply rooted in a real relationship with God. Now, so often, we talk about living our faith. We know the challenge in our faith is to have the profession of our faith and the practice of the faith meet and match so they become one. In other words, we have to walk the walk, as some people say, to put our faith in action. St. James says, faith without good works is nothing. Now, Sister Maureen is going to share with us something about the stewardship in our parish and some possibilities for us to put our faith and talents into action. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Father Bill. Beautiful lead-in to our stewardship weekend. And on the end of your pews, there are cards, stewardship cards and pencils in case you need one, and I hope you might need one. And this is a chance to share our time and talent with our parish. And of course, I'm speaking to mainly the regulars here at Cathedral. Many of you have joined the parish. Some of you are regulars and have not joined, but we see you every week. So we're hoping that possibly if you've never signed up for anything, that you might just do one thing. And so as you can see, I would ask if you are going to sign up, I'll take you through the card and then you can put your names on them. But please, I need everything: name, address. Sometimes I just get a name and a phone number. I've got to go look up the address to put on my Excel sheet. So if you would fill in the whole card, I would so appreciate it. Even as to what Mass you go to pretty much regularly. I know some of you are at all different Masses, but a lot of you are at the same one. And then you've got your box down there. Are you a parishioner or whatever? If you would fill that out, I would appreciate it. But right now, if you would just look at the inside of the card, the liturgy, faith formation, outreach, and other. All right, for liturgy, for ushers, I'm looking at Kevin, our head usher in the back of the church. We're always looking for people to help us usher. So men or women, isn't that nice? When we were young, we only saw the men. Now we have the women also. So if you think maybe you could do that at the Mass that you most regularly attend, that would be great. Choir, the choir is here today. Tim Davenport, our choir director, is always looking for more voices. We want to have a magnificent choir here at Cathedral, and God bless the ones that we do have. It's wonderful. But if you think maybe you could use that gift of voice that God gave you, and you might want to join our choir at this 9:45 Mass. Or at Saturday 5:10, we have the contemporary folk group. And if that's your persuasion more than that, we could use help there. Altar servers. We don't have a religious faith formation today, and I'll explain about why I almost said religious ed. So we all are looking for third graders to high school. It might be an invitation to do something like that. Our adult altar servers, mainly at our Sunday 5:10 and Saturday 5:10. That's where we really need help with the adults to serve. And under faith formation, well, it was CCD, then it was religious education, and now it's faith formation. By that I mean religious ed. And faith formation teachers are needed, and there's nothing like teaching children to really grasp your own faith. And faith formation substitute teacher, maybe you can't do that, but maybe if you have been a teacher, maybe you could substitute once in a while. And door monitor at the 9:45, which means classes across the street. At 9:45, our Sharon Secor, our director of faith formation, really needs somebody by the door. Maybe that's something somebody could do. You know, it's after, or it's during the 9:45 Mass, which I realize most of you are here at this Mass, so, but you never know. And outreach, our Emmaus Health Services, across the street, clerical and filing, whenever you could possibly help with that. The Wednesday morning Oxford Inn breakfast program, what a great way to do outreach in the morning, and that's early on Wednesday morning. The Samaritan Center dinners, somebody might sign up to help with that dinner. It's like once every month or every 6 weeks. Help is needed there. Visiting the homebound and nursing homes is a biggie, and that's something you would do on your own time if you had the time. And help is also needed at the Vivian Teal and Rosewood Heights to wheel people from their rooms to the Catholic service. And if you were interested in that, then I would tell you the times, and I want to take that time now. Cathedral Emergency Services, that is what we call our food pantry across the street. As you know, Peter Perillo has shared with you, they do much more than just food. So if you could help out there, we can circle the day available Monday through Thursday, and the office hours are right there on the card. I can't think of a more powerful social outreach than to help in that ministry. Tour guides, you want to learn more about your church? We have Ed Long here, and Ed knows so much about this, and I found out a lot when I first came myself. I thought I knew about the cathedral, and I didn't know diddly squat. I learned much about the windows and everything, so if you want to learn about this church, you might want to work with Ed and become a tour guide. Volunteer gift shop clerk at weekend masses, that's a biggie. I mean, we have very few that can do that, and that's just opening up a little bit before Mass and also after Mass. And it's not a big time commitment, and if you are at this Mass regularly, our Lita is always looking for people for that. And a technology person, I'm looking out here, so many of you are probably so great at technology. We could all use help on that on our staff, so, right, Father Bill? So if indeed someone thinks they could help out like that, we would be most appreciative. So what I would ask is that if you've signed up for anything, if you put your name and really fill it out, as I said before, either put it in the basket when it's passed, or if you don't do that, you can give it to me in the back of church after Mass, or you might want to take it home and really think about it and bring it back. That's risky, but human nature being what it is. Anyhow, thank you so very much for anything that you can help us with.